So we're going to go ahead and review what a polynomial is. When we are classifying polynomials, it depends on how many terms we have. And this should ring a bell because we were studying this before we did this stay-at-home order. So if we have, let's give an example, x squared. There's nothing that we can combine to it. It's all on its own. We just have this one term. So one term is going to stand for monomials. So one term is a monomial. If we have two terms, I'll give you an example. X squared plus x. This has two terms for it. This will be called a binomial. If you notice, they all kind of rhyme with polynomial. Poly means many, mono means one, bi means two. And if we're talking about three, tri is what's going to go in there. So for three terms, we'll do x squared plus x plus 1. These are each term. They cannot be combined. This is a trinomial. If you have a polynomial that has more than three terms, you're just going to call it a polynomial because poly means many, and we're not going to name it for how many it has all the way up. The next thing that we're going to cover, which is kind of going to be review, but I want to ease into it this week, is FOILing. So we're using the FOIL method to multiply two binomials. Our first binomial is down here. We have x plus 1. We can't combine x and 1, so that's going to be two terms. So, and then we have x plus 3 for our second one. Now, FOIL is an acronym, and what it stands for, I'm going to do this while we're filling out our example problem. The F stands for our first terms. So we are looking at the first term of both of our binomials, and we need to multiply them together. So x multiplied by x is x squared. Next is our O, which stands for outer terms. We are looking for the terms that are on the outside of both of our binomials, so the ones that are on the furthest on the outside. So we will do x multiplied by 3, which will be 3x, so we're adding 3x. If it was negative 3x, it would be minus 3x. Our I stands for inner terms. That is our 1 in x. Anything times 1 is going to be itself. So we have 1 multiplied by x is x plus x. And last but not least is our last terms. We have our 1 and our 3. So we're going to do 1 multiplied by 3, which is 3. Now we have this answer down here, and we need to look at it and ask ourselves, can we combine any like terms? Is there any other term in here that has a degree of 2 other than x squared? That's what you need to ask yourself. Well, that's all that we have to do for that one. There's nothing that we can combine to it. When we're looking at our next terms, we have 3x and we have x, and they are both to the degree of 1. So you're the risen to the first degree. We can actually go ahead and add those up. So we have 3x plus 1x, so we have a total of 4x's. So this would be x squared plus 4x, and all that's left over is a 3. Can't really add anything to it because there's nothing to add. This would be your final answer. So I will leave you with this example. If you find yourself needing any help with other problems, I will be posting more videos in the future.